He didn't remember when he gave up on himself. It wasn't sudden. There wasn't a big breakdown, just a slow, silent unraveling. A few years ago, Ryan had what most people call a good life. A corporate job. A car people noticed. A girlfriend who believed in him. And a future that looked bright. But stress creeps in quietly. It shows up as missed meals, sleepless nights, unanswered texts, and forgotten birthdays. Ryan kept grinding. Success, he believed, required sacrifice. So he gave up sleep, weekends, peace, and eventually, himself. Then came the anxiety. Chest pain. Shaking during meetings. Nights parked in his car, hands clenched on the wheel, too numb to move. He didn't talk about it. Men don't break, he told himself. So he stayed silent. Hardened. Worked more. When his girlfriend left, he said nothing. When he was passed over for a promotion, he shrugged. When his father died, he went to work the next morning. Until one day, he couldn't get out of bed. He couldn't move. His breath was short. His chest tight. Like drowning in air. He called in sick for the first time in 5 years. That one day became 3. Then 2 weeks. Then a medical leave. He spent the first month doing nothing. He thought rest would fix him. But the stillness made things worse. The silence was heavy. The guilt louder. Late one night, scrolling through his phone at 2 a.m., he saw a video. An older man flowing through a yoga sequence, calm, focused, strong. The caption read, "I started yoga after a breakdown. I didn't know who I was anymore. Yoga helped me remember." Ryan scoffed. "Stretching won't fix this," he muttered. But he couldn't unsee the video. 2 days later, he searched for local yoga classes. Most were closed. One outdoor group had space. Beginner-friendly. No experience needed. No talking required. He didn't tell anyone. He didn't even know why he was going. He just showed up. Old gym shorts. A hoodie. No mat. Just a body weighed down by years of pain. The instructor smiled, handed him a spare mat, and said, "Just move with your breath. No one's here to impress anyone." The class was awkward. Slow. Boring. He couldn't touch his toes. Couldn't hold a plank. His arms shook in downward dog. And lying still at the end felt vulnerable. He almost walked out. Then he heard his own breath. And it wasn't panicked. It was steady. That stuck. He came back the next week. Then again. Then again. It wasn't the poses that changed him. He still struggled. Still shook. Still sweated more than anyone. But he kept coming, not because it got easier, but because he started feeling again. One day during class, the instructor said, "The mat is a mirror. Everything you avoid out there shows up in here. Will you face it?" It hit hard. Yoga wasn't helping him escape. It was showing him what he'd buried: anger, grief, exhaustion, fear. Slowly, he learned to sit with those feelings. Not run. Not numb. Just breathe. He discovered strength wasn't in holding your breath through pain, but breathing through it. Growth wasn't about going harder, but about showing up, again and again. Off the mat, life shifted. He was still healing. But he started cooking again. Walking more. Talking to his mom. Picking up his guitar. After class one night, he looked in the mirror. Same hoodie. Same tired eyes. But someone new stared back. Not fixed. Not perfect. But alive. Yoga didn't cure him overnight. It didn't erase the years of burnout. But it gave him space. To breathe. To feel. To begin again. He kept going. Even when tired. Even when doubting. Even when his mind said, "What's the point?" Because something inside him knew this was his path back. Over the year, Ryan rebuilt his relationship with his body, with stillness, with discipline. He stopped chasing who he used to be. And started becoming who he was meant to be. He let go of the man who never breaks. And became the man who bends, breathes, and rises. Today, Ryan still practices. He's back at work on his terms. He doesn't check emails after 6 p.m. On weekends, he teaches beginner yoga to veterans. Not as a guru, but as someone who knows what it feels like to drown in silence. And how powerful one breath can be. If you're hearing this, maybe you know that feeling too. Maybe you've been holding it in, pretending to be okay, telling yourself yoga isn't for people like you. But it is. Yoga isn't about being flexible, or spiritual, or perfect. It's about returning to yourself, your body, your breath, your truth. It's about finding the courage to slow down in a world that never stops. It's about facing pain, not avoiding it. You don't need to be strong to begin. You just need to be willing to show up, to move through discomfort, to breathe when it hurts, to begin again even if you've fallen 100 times. That's where healing begins. Right here, right now, one breath at a time. You're not too late. You're not too broken. You're not alone. You're exactly where you're meant to be. The mat is waiting. The healing is real. And your story, it's just beginning. Don't forget to subscribe the channel.